back to ASL Together. We're excited to do this video. Today we're going to show you Ben's hearing aids. Do you want to put them on? I'm so nervous. Like, I'm scared you're going to hate it so much. I'm like scared you're going to hate it. And like remember why you stopped. Is it weird? Yeah. And did you like get your hearing aids? How old were you? But random question, do you feel like, I mean you were young, but do you feel like people set your expectations high for having your hearing aids? Yeah. I've noticed that anytime I've seen you put them on, you still do that. Like before you voice, you do that. Huh. So you really liked them at the beginning? So why did you stop wearing your hearing aids at 16, just because you finished therapy? But I would be interested to see how things are different now, like how audiologists and speech therapists, how they teach people. Thank you for watching and learning about Ben's hearing aids and his experience with them. Go ahead and let us know any questions you have in the comments, and like the video, subscribe. Okay, we'll see you next time.